Hi guys, today I thought I would try and do a comparison video. I want to mount this dipole outside on the back of my garage, and then I'm going to mount it in the attic of my house. And I'm going to drive to two different churches. The first church is about 2.2 miles away in a straight line, and the second church is 6.2 miles away, again in a straight line. And I'm going to compare the signal differences between this being mounted outside in free air and this being mounted inside of my attic in the house. The house and the attic, the house and the garage are very close together. There's maybe an 80-foot difference in the two. And the height that this will be mounted is about the same in the attic or on the back of the garage. They're both roughly 18 feet. I'm going to be using the same coax on this on both locations, and I'm going to be using the same radio. My wife will be operating this radio from both locations. So let's get to the test, and first we're going to test it on the mounted outside. So let's get to that, and let's head off to the church. So we're at our first stop now. I'm right in front of a church that's about 2.2 miles from my house. So we're going to call Mrs. Mower Junkie and see what we get. How about it there, Mrs. Mower Junkie? 268. You got a copy on 151, Mr. Mower Junkie?
268, Mrs. Mower Junkie. I have a copy on you. How about it there, Mrs. Mower Junkie? 268. You got a copy on 151, Mr. Mower Junkie?
268, Mrs. Mower Junkie. I have a copy on you.
Awesome. What kind of signal am I giving you over there? 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 151. Looking at the meter, it looks like it's around 4.
Copy that. You're doing about the same here. All right, I'm going to give you a dead key just so that we can get a dead key reading.
A dead key reading. Alright, now if you'll do the same for me, if you can give me just tell me when you key up and then give me a 3 to 5 second dead key.
Here we go.
There you go.
Dead key's a little low. Alrighty, that's fantastic. All right, I'm going to move on to the next church, and I will talk to you when I get there.
Alright, drive safe.
Okay, we're at the other church now. So let's give Barbara a call and see if she can still hear us. How about it there, Mrs. Mower Junkie? You got a copy on 151?
Yes, I do, and you're sounding even clearer than you did before. How about it there, Mrs. Mower Junkie? You got a copy on 151?
Yes, I do, and you're sounding even clearer than you did before.
Wow, you sound really good here, too. I have no signal strength on you, though. No signal strength whatsoever, but I can still hear you nice and clear.
Wow, you sound really good here, too. I have no signal strength on you, though. No signal strength whatsoever, but I can still hear you nice and clear.
Looks like you're giving me around a 2, but you are loud and clear.
Copy that on the 2 dB meter reading. All right, I guess we're done with this for the outdoor test. I'm going to head on back home. I'll see you in a little bit.
Did you want to do the 5 seconds before you do that? No, negative. I have no signal on you. No signal whatsoever, so the meter's not going to read anything. I am giving pauses here, though, so we can get the meter reading from me.
All right, drive safe. Hurry home.
Copy that. See you in a little bit. All right, drive safe. Hurry home.
Copy that. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, that's a 6-mile test. We are at this church. Oh, you're on blurry. That church is about 6 miles from my house. All right, I'm going to head back, and we'll do the test from the indoor antenna. Got it all installed up here. Get it hanging down away from everything. Alright, so I have the dipole mounted up in my attic now, up above me. And I brought the realistic in the house and hooked it up to it. We got the exact same coax that I had out in the garage connected to it, run up the wall and up into the attic. So my wife is going to come in here. She's going to operate this radio, and I'm going to get back in the car and head to the 2.2 mile away church, and then to the church that's 6.2 miles away. And we're going to compare the difference and see which one does better, inside or out. All right, let's get to it. Okay, we're back at the church again. This is our first stop, 2.2 miles away. This is testing the dipole with it mounted inside of my attic. So let's call Barbara. It's kind of hard to get the sun pointing right at me. I didn't think about this. I did the outdoor test yesterday, and now I'm doing the indoor test in the morning today. How about it there, 268? You got a copy on 151?
268, this is Mower Junkie. Yep, I have a copy on you. How about it there, 268? You got a copy on 151?
268, Mrs. Mower Junkie. Yep, I have a copy on you.
Copy that, Mrs. Mower Junkie. Good Sunday morning to you.
Happy Sunday. You are coming in clear, loud, and it looks like it's around a 4.
All right, give me a quick dead key, because I think I'm actually getting a much stronger signal from you now than I did with it outside.
Must like the attic. All right, here goes the dead key.
Must like the attic. All right, here goes the dead key.
Oh, yeah. With it outside, we had 1 dB. Look at that. We had a solid. All right, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to give you a dead key.
We have a much stronger signal with it mounted inside than we did outside. With it outside, we had a 1 dB signal over here, and with it inside, I have a 3 dB signal when you're not talking.
Sweet. That way you don't even have to worry about the elements outside.
Yeah, we have a much stronger signal with it mounted inside than we did outside. With it outside, we had a 1 dB signal over here, and with it inside, I have a 3 dB signal when you're not talking.
That way you don't even have to worry about the elements outside.
All right, I guess I'm going to move on to the next church, and we'll get that 6.2 mile test. All right, I'll talk to you in a few minutes.
We didn't do the dead key yet.
Yes, we did. We already did the dead key. You're giving me 3 dB, and I gave you a dead key. We should save that for the blooper reel. Okay, we're back at the second church, 6.2 miles away. Let's try Barbara and see if she can still hear me. How about it there, 268? You got a copy on 151?
151, 268 has a copy on you. This is Mower Junkie here. How about it there, 268? You got a copy on 151?
151, 268 has a copy on you. Mrs. Mower Junkie here.
That's fantastic. I can hear you better with it mounted inside the attic. And you're actually bouncing the needle just slightly.
I'm getting between a 2 and 3 here by the look. That's fantastic. I can hear you better with it mounted inside the attic. And you're actually bouncing the needle just slightly.
I'm getting between a 2 and 3 here by the looks.
All right, I'm going to give you a dead key and just see so I can get a meter reading. All right, that should be enough for me to get a meter reading off of that recording. I would like you to do the same because we might actually have a signal to register this time.
Cool, here goes. A dead key and just see so I can get a meter reading. All right, that should be enough for me to get a meter reading off of that recording.
Cool. Here goes.
Alright, well, I still didn't get any signal from you, but when you talk, you're nice and loud. I can hear you very well when you speak.
That's fantastic. I didn't know that an attic one would do quite this good. That's great news, though.
Alright, I guess we're done with this for now, and I'm going to head on home. Hey, 268, Mrs. Mola Junkie, I will see you very shortly.
Yay! Hurry home.
Thank you so much for all of your help.
Always.
Nope. No signal. Alright, well, I still didn't get any signal from you, but when you talk, you're nice and loud. I can hear you very well when you speak.
That's fantastic. I didn't know that an attic one would do quite this good. That's great news, though.
Alright, I guess we're done with this for now, and I'm going to head on home. Hey, 268, Mrs. Moa Junkie, I will see you very shortly.
Yay! Hurry home.
Thank you so much for all of your help.
Always.
So what'd you think about that? It actually did better when the dipole was mounted up in the attic. Everything that she said, I could hear her clear, no problem. She was even giving me a little bit of signal strength at the 6 mile point. Now remember, you might be thinking 6 miles really isn't that far. This radio only puts out 3 watts of power. The radio in my car only puts out 5 watts of power. And this is hooked up to a dipole that's on the flat side, and my car has a vertical antenna. So 6 miles is actually pretty good to be able to reach back and forth. But the dipole did better when it was up in my attic. I'm going to have to do some research on that to find out why, because to me it doesn't make sense. That dipole should have done a lot better outside. I was expecting to be a slight difference. I was expecting the dipole in the attic to have a little bit weaker receive and transmit, but it's just the opposite. Receive was about the same. Transmit was stronger with the dipole mounted up in my attic. So now we know having the antenna inside really doesn't make that big of a difference. I'm sure if you have a metal roof, you can't do it. But I have just wood and asphalt shingles. So for me, that wood and asphalt shingles doesn't seem to affect the transmit and receive at all. If anything, for some reason the transmit got better. But alright, that's the end of my test for today. Now I know, and I'm probably going to leave that dipole right where it's at, and it'll get hooked up to this Washington up here. Alright, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.